Hello, and welcome to my first match of season 28. I can hardly believe we've done 28 seasons. I'm playing Sicomatic. This board does not have... Never mind, it has everything. I was going to say that it doesn't have buy, but it sure does. And all the attacks, junking and militia and enchantress thing. Enchantress split's going to be pretty important. Band of Misfits would be a 5-2 would be great to get a Band of Misfits. You could play it as, you know, Young Witch early and then all kinds of stuff later. I expect you have to build up just due to the attacks, and because there's quite a bit of alternative VP on the board. I think I am going to open Enchantress Young Witch, although there's of course a risk of collision, and it might be better off as a silver. Enchantress of course is not a spectacularly good Bane or anything, but maybe good. Come on. Alright. So I get to block. Thanks, autoplay. So this is nice, and I may... Well, he might have drawn his Enchantress. I am going to trigger a shuffle with my Young Witch play, but it won't be a very big shuffle, so it's not really a problem. I guess the question here, how many... Yeah, that's not it. I don't think I'm going to bank whatever. I guess the question is, how many Enchantresses do we want to get? I think the answer is like a lot, but obviously there's a risk of drawing it dead here. Reasonably good risk, but if not, then I'll have it on top again. So I don't know if he has his Enchantress in hand. It's probably an okay shuffle to trigger. So I didn't quite get what I wanted. He gets to block. He doesn't have autoplay on. That's interesting. So I would have... Obviously I would have preferred that to go a little bit different. He can attack me here with either one is fine. He may have both. But that's fine. I'll get to block, and also if he does Enchantress, it'll actually help me this turn. I don't want to draw the Young Witch, but pretty much anything else is fine. Well, anything else is fine. So. He's going to hit me on this next turn for sure. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a curse in on me now. You need 2 curses? I think I already asked that. So, I do kind of like just heavy Enchantress though. I will need to get some money eventually, of course. Oh, he doesn't get to because Enchantress is awesome. That's cool. I may get to play an Enchantress again here if I'm lucky. I'm gonna get to play the Young Witch, definitely. He might take a band here. Yeah, I think that's good. So I didn't... and he's still blocking with just one, which is, I think, pretty good luck for him. It's the same sequence though that we just had. Well, maybe not quite the same sequence, but potentially similar. I will probably buy another Enchantress. I think they're pretty good here. I guess it's not impossible for us to reach a point where you don't want autoplay on due to like 3-piling considerations or something, but I'm willing to guess that that would take a little bit. So here I think I will just play this as a farming village, see if we draw anything. We don't. I kind of still like more Enchantresses. If I had 5, I would be willing to do a band here, but I'm not opposed to doing a quest for gold at some point. Did he not have his Hamlet? He must have drawn it or something. He probably takes another band of misfits, maybe a crown. Crown's a little early, I think. I don't particularly care for the Horde yet. It is okay, but not super good. Oh, did I already miss a quest opportunity on gold? I guess it's a question of whether I really wanted. He blocks again. That is obnoxious. Because I'm not fully sure that I actually want it yet. I probably do need a Hamlet at some point. I do just like heavy Enchantress. Yeah, I need to remember to do the quest on the attack at some point. I don't have to have money yet, but he probably does a young witch. I mean, he could do like a militia or something. I'm pretty sad that I think he only has 2 Enchantresses that he is blocked every time. But of course I blocked every time too. So I do have a lot more than him, but so he buys a crown. Okay. That's reasonable. It's not like super amazing, but it's definitely reasonable. I could think about doing the buy now or doing the Hamlet. If I can get the last 2 Enchantresses, I will. That's not likely, but I'll certainly take the last one. Again. Alright. Since I can't afford it, I may take the gold here. That was a pretty unfortunate draw that I didn't get to 3, but he doesn't take the last enchantress, again, I will for sure, but I have to imagine he'll get the last one, which would give me a reasonably good split, although he does have the crown, so that can be used as a second enchantress or more. So, in fact, he hasn't played the crown yet, so he may have it in hand now to do crown enchantress. I'm not worried about his horde especially. So he didn't do crown enchantress, so he must just not have it. Well, he might have it and want to play it on a copper. That's possible too. Again, I'll certainly take the third enchantress. If not, I'll hopefully have enough for crown. So he quests, so he's getting a gold. Pretty happy with this split. He's got to have his horde in hand now, I think. I guess the hope is that just eventually, you know, he won't have a probably don't need 3 enchantresses, and also gonna have it anyway. What does 7 get me? I could get another buy, or well, I'm trying to think if triple enchantress is particularly nice. He might hit me with a curse in this next turn. Basically, I can have 6 with 2 buys, or I can have 7 with 1. Well, there's a number of different things I can do. Definitely want some crowns. Maybe want a crown with a hamlet, though, or a crown with a gold or something. 6 is like hamlet farming village, probably. Which is also not bad. I guess I'm gonna do that. This is nice that we draw the enchantress here. I would love to get a curse in, but I just don't know if that's going to happen or not. I think there's well, let's just see. We're going to draw a lot of cards here. So. I mean, if I could hit him with the curses, that would be amazing. Yes, absolutely. All right. So for sure this band is going to be another young witch. Did he buy a province? He bought a province. That's odd to me. I mean, I'm certainly not going to play both of those enchantresses. Or all three, although it turns out I would have been able to play all three. I just need 5 because I just really want to buy a crown. But I have 8, so that would give me 7. I'll take another hamlet, I think. There's a limit. I mean, basically there is some sort of there are some negative effects of taking additional cantrips because of the bane space. But for now this is fine. I intend to give him more curses, and it might have been better to get a band, to be honest. Than a crown, just to start militiaing him as well. But either way, this is, I feel pretty good about my position. There's not a lot of alt VP, but there's a little bit, and so if I am way ahead on the draw, then I think we can make this game last long enough that it'll work out. He can, of course, you know, he can keep buying provinces probably, but okay, so I'm going to get in, I think, probably 4 Enchantress plays here. I can crown the hamlet to increase my search space for the turn, or I can just resolve that this turn isn't going to be that amazing and get a whole bunch of hamlet plays next time, or Enchantress plays for the next turn. I think I'm going to go with that. This is, I'm pretty sure I want to play all of these. Now I may get hit with a curse in this next turn, although he doesn't have that much going on. I may want a silver. Probably not. I don't like lowering the hamlets so much because it doesn't do a whole lot for me, but it does a little bit. He's getting another province. 3 provinces is not great. It's a little bit worrisome. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great. Now I have to start thinking about whether I would rather militia him or curse him more. I do need another band. I need another crown. I can go with 3 enchantresses, band militia, and get crown gold. Oh, I got confused about how that was working. Never mind that. We'll just keep going on here a little bit. That was not quite how I wanted to play that. I got confused by the well, this doesn't matter now. I did want to militia him there, but that's just okay. He may just get to the province count fast enough. Fortunately, he didn't have it here, and he didn't get any durations down or anything. I assume he doesn't. I assume the horde would be following pretty fast. He might take a harem. Not sure that helps him. I did get my band there, so that's good. Okay, he's blocking here. So one of these band of misfits can easily be a farming village, and one can be a militia. And probably the crown will, of course, go on an enchantress again. I don't think we need actions particularly. Maybe after this next Hamlet draw we might. Nope, yep. Wait, okay, so I have 4 terminals I want to play. Nine is a nice number. Buys a Hamlet. I guess he's gonna go for the 3 pile. I don't think he'll quite get there. Well, he may just be wanting it for defense against Enchantress. Okay, so okay, he blocks. He really has blocked a lot for the amount of cards in his deck and the enchantresses, but so just one of these bands needs to be a militia. I don't particularly need to get any additional buys. I left several enchantresses down here on the bottom. It's not going to be easy for me to draw through this garbage once I've once I start greening. So though hopefully he fails to green some. That's two of his enchantresses. So if I didn't, I can hopefully, I only got 3 enchantresses down this, so I'm a little low on that front this turn. Big deck. I would like to get to a point where I'm playing 4 or 5 of the enchantresses a turn via crown. I don't especially mind if he militias me. Yeah, he can do mining village stuff, I guess, and trash to get a province. He just had 5, so he couldn't blow it up to get to 8. I don't think duchies help him much. I was not joking. I don't think they help him much. I may want to crown a farmer. Excuse me. I may want to crown a band as like a farming village, considering the number of enchantresses I already have in hand. That's not too terrible. Still not quite getting there with the crowns and the enchantresses, but it's okay. Takes a duchy. This is gonna end up being overkill, but okay. It still is better to get the militia down than to I could province. I get four enchantresses down that time. That'll work pretty good. He may have his Enchantress now because it's been a while since we saw any of that. Yeah, he's blocking there. Now we hit too many crowns by far. So we're gonna have to crown one of these guys as a... We may just skip on by for now. We're gonna have to crown... Well, we can play crown, but... This is gonna have to be Young Witch even though it doesn't hit, just to find more enchantresses. We didn't militia him. Pretty nice farming village. He's got a gold, no enchantress. Okay, that's interesting. I don't have anything like 32. Only one of those crowns had to stay out. Well, remind me to play it that way. So that's nice. Can give him more. He's not anywhere near a shuffle though. I don't know if we'll get through another. So we can rest pretty sure that he's going to make it to province on his turn. Not guaranteed, but there's a good shot of it. So we want a militia here, and definitely play as many crowns as we possibly can. And maybe buy one province and then look for the double on the following turn. But we probably don't need a buy. We may need actions. Well, we probably, no, we don't, we have 6, so this of course could be another whatever. I guess we already have enough, but we can get a buy. So this looks like play militia and then get these 5 enchanters plays down. Buy a province. I don't know how easily I can do double province. Depends on how many of these mining villages I find. I mean, I probably can do it without too much trouble. It would just be discarding enchantresses instead of what we normally discard. I don't think a triple is in the cards, though. Maybe with golds. I don't think I have enough golds to crown. No, I'm not going to get to triple. Which means it looks like, again, like just trying to probably play. Well, how secure is double? Double's not that secure. Single is fine, but again, just try and see more cards here with a crowned young witch. Even if it's not cursing him, though it is cursing him. So again, I would like to find as many enchantresses as I possibly can, but would like to militia him. Probably don't need buys. Might need actions. Yeah, I would have loved to get... I can give him the last two curses, of course. I don't think he can get 4 buys in. No, he can't. This should probably work fine. Definitely not as much as I wanted, but now it's just hard for him to even buy a province, since he's behind in points. I just didn't see any way that greening early would work on that board. There's just too many attacks. I mean, maybe he felt like he was too behind in the building to do it, but I don't know how you could. I mean, to me it seems like if you're behind in the building, greening isn't actually gonna be an out for you. Just losing slowly. What's the druid got? Yeah, I mean, generally Earth's Gift is good, though here it doesn't look that amazing. This is a really weird board, actually. I guess you can do a vineyard kind of thing. I don't actually know if the Swamp Hag's any good. I'm gonna buy one anyway. I guess you definitely are doing a vineyard kind of thing. You can also just try and score points until, or score tomb points, or I mean, obviously getting a lot of points off tomb here. I may regret the Swamp Hag eventually. I don't hate it so much because of the nature of the trashing, but it still is probably, still might be on the weaker side for the options here. Though potentially I can get some buy or something and make use of the bigger money hands. Farmer's Market gives you 5 VP when you trash it because of tomb, so that's a little a little bonus there. I'll definitely buy a catapult. If I hit 3 here, if I hit 2, I'll probably just pick up another rat catcher. It could be druid also. It's not unreasonable. But I think I'll go with the rat catcher for now. He can catapult me here and I can still buy something nice, so that's cool. What to buy is not entirely clear to me, but could go for the potion already. That's a little premature. Skulk I don't particularly care for. Let's just do the catapult. Depending on what we draw here, I guess we'll have $4 no matter what, so we'll probably get a secret passage. You could do a taxman and go build from copper to potion, though that's a little bit slow. Probably want something with buy now, so either a farmer's market or a druid. Both of them give you a shot of hitting 2 components, druid by the Earth's gift thing, farmer's market just by potentially giving you enough money. Basically you would just be getting secret passages or vagrants or something. So there's a secret passage vagrant combo as well here, which is should be okay. This is fine. I may draw my swamp hag and not be able to buy anything, but whatever. I gotta play that differently. I mean, I could have waited on the rat catcher, of course. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna be short anyways. I can just go down and buy a vagrant here. I probably want to get my potion the next time I have 4. Which probably won't be this turn, but my swamp hag turn. So here is probably just either a secret passage or a vagrant buy. Well, I probably won't have 4, so. But I certainly should get a potion the next time I have 4. I mean, I could have 4 here with the secret passage choices potentially. So. Let's put the druid on the bottom. I think I might need to play that to get to potion, so maybe I didn't actually need to, but I guess this is the thing to do. I can wait on trashing here. I could double vagrant. I need to get the potion. It's not ideal in the sense that I could be getting I could be doing a little bit better on the... I assume the curses are just all gone. Oh, he never bought anything. I would have bought some stuff if I had the money for it on those turns, but... probably don't need these things. Well, the vagrant isn't any good, so... So... I think I'm just going to put this sea hack or the swamp hag on top here and then see what we draw off the next bit. So we didn't quite get to... Well, this doesn't matter. I would certainly buy something if I were him. Now the swamp hag is just kind of giving him points, so I probably need to trash it. On the other hand, I can use the money. So, there's still 5 coppers hanging around. I would like to finish trashing up, but if he eventually he'll not be able to catapult me. I imagine. Well, I guess right now since he got rid of it. So I will be able to... He'll probably get a potion. Maybe he's not. I guess I can... That's fine. There's got to be another copper down in here. I probably should have trashed one of those coppers. Oh well, this is okay. So my vineyards are worth 3 already. Now they're worth 4. So I'm at 12. I may want another potion. Though I may be pretty happy just getting like whatever thing. He will be able to trash the silver eventually for a good amount of point swing, like a 4-point or a 3-point swing, since he's sitting there with a -2 VP silver. That will also give him points when he trashes it. I mean, I really hope I'm just like too far ahead on this vineyard stuff, but there's no real guarantees of that. I will call one of the rat catchers this turn though. I think. I'm not sure that that's correct, but this is sort of hard to do. hey, it works. Do I have a third copper? I don't even remember. Maybe I don't have a third copper. Okay. So this doesn't quite do what I would like to do. Because I would have liked to. Yeah, now I don't have enough money. I shouldn't have trashed that copper. It's gonna reduce the amount of stuff I can gain. In fact, I probably want to rebuy it. Which sounds stupid, but I may trash the swamp hag. You obviously don't want to trash actions in a vineyard deck typically. But the silver is nice in that respect. Okay. This is weird. I do still want all the coppers potentially. But I don't necessarily need it right away. Okay, we did get to the druid. We didn't get to the potion. Vineyards just went up. Alright, so my vineyards just went up, so I'm sitting on a multiple of 3. It'll matter at the end for thinking about on the very last turn whether we want to trash an action that's in hand or something for a point. If it's his last turn, the silver is potentially even bigger than whatever I said, 3-point swing. It could be 4-point if he catapults it. He doesn't have a catapult, never mind. Never mind. He's going for another vineyard. That's fine. Or another potion. I don't think it'll really affect the splits. It seems just like an easy vagrant. I'm not sure what the holdup would be. This was a really nice shuffle for me so far. Did not quite make the thing though. So we didn't get the third copper. Still got to do the druid. I guess I could have on my last turn druid for the Wind's Gift. That might have made more sense. This is most of our garbage, so I don't think I want to do that. But that's something to remember. I haven't been remembering that, but it's something that I ought to remember. So it's unfortunate that I don't get to pick up a rat catcher with this, but anyway, that's now I'm mod 1 for the vineyards. So 2 more actions. I guess we'll run down the rat catchers and that'll be about it. I could whiff on potion this turn, that's possible. So he's got to have both of them. So the second potion didn't help him win the split unless I whiff on potion here. So it might still. It might still. I can catapult my potion once we're done with this stuff, which might be worth doing. We'll have to see. I find it really weird to not take secret passages. Like, I don't understand that at all. But maybe he knows something I don't know. Alright, we did find the potion. So now it's just a question of finding, well, it's not that likely, but of getting all 3 of the coppers. Alright, there we go. It's not that impossible either, but I guess we'll stick this vineyard at the bottom. Throw this swamp hag at the bottom. Throw this vineyard at the bottom. This vineyard on top. Okay, so we already have the stuff, but we probably want to draw further just in just to get this junk out of the... So this should make the vineyards go up. Okay, so we're back to 0 on the vineyards count. Basically all we just need to do is try and buy secret passages and rat catchers, I guess, primarily. I would love to get to the potion because I would for sure catapult him here. So we can do this a few ways. If we're just going to catapult him, then we should probably just put a secret passage on top here. It's a question of whether it's better to attack him. The attack may potentially he may score the point off the curse eventually, and the discard may do, you know, relatively nothing to him. Obviously the trashing is good for me. I can put this like 4 down or something, 3 down or so. And then maybe put the vagrant with it, or put the druid with it. Seems reasonable. I think we can get these action piles gone before the game ends, or before he catches up in points, is what I actually mean by that. He's not waiting for me to fix the player order. I don't know what the story there was particularly, other than I think I got into the action stuff a little bit faster than him. He kept taking, well, I just didn't understand some of the choices on his action gains, not taking the secret passage. I maybe missed a 3 pile now that I'm thinking about it. I forgot the vineyards were gone. There was just 1 secret passage left. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid of me. I just was straight up missing a 3 pile, wasn't I? Yeah, I did on my last turn. That was dumb of me. I wasn't thinking the vineyards as a pile, I was just thinking of the action cards. Well, that was dumb. Oh well. Certainly here you can build up with minion stacks, putting whatever tokeny things on it. I think that's a reasonable plan, har. IGG should be pretty awful. The only thing you could do that could... It's just not going to work though. I was going to say you could try and salt. You could try and do something that gets a couple provinces faster than salt, but I think the peasant line is just going to be as fast as anything. So I guess I can get behind that. I'm not not 100% on that, but and I will take a second one. I think you take an upgrade or just go ahead and straight to the minions. Either one is fine in my opinion, actually, though maybe you start with the upgrade. I mean, usually you would start with the upgrade, of course. I did blow it on the 3 pile. So I'll probably take a peasant here. You can reasonably buy 3 or 4 peasants, so the plan may get some good mileage through the course of the game. Of course, you don't want to buy all those right at the start, but I did not hit 5 with my peasant. There's an estate in there with it, but that's fine. What to buy, what to buy, what to buy. I could get a guide. Or I could like double rat catcher. Or I could like rat catcher peasant. I can't get the 3rd peasant yet. It's just too much cramming stuff in there. I could take a silver. That's not too wild. I'm not fully sure of the silver, but ooh, that hurts a lot. That is a pretty painful soldier. He probably has 5, so no, he doesn't. Okay, that's nice. He must have had some collision there. I really hope my soldier's not bottom decked. That would be the big problem with buying a that would be the big problem with buying a silver, I guess. Okay, soldier didn't miss. Versus guide, that's what I mean. I may just start in on minions, actually. I said that a second ago. I'm still not really convinced myself of it. It's the better... it's certainly the better disciple target. You know, but I don't have a disciple yet, so this will probably be a guide. He may hit me for a soldier, although it won't really hurt. No peasant. Unless I find my silver here, I don't get to buy a minion now, which is unfortunate. But I did because I'm lucky, so that is fortunate. We'll get to add a disciple here. Now he must have soldier, right? So this should be a minion for him, I assume. So maybe he has collision and can't afford it. The teacher's not that great, but it's okay. That was not ideal. Double upgrade, like I said, to play an upgrade twice is fine. To get a second upgrade when we're that thin is not quite so amazing. I guess I'll play my upgrade first. There's like a small but potential chance of hitting the disciple for the minion play. If I top deck the disciple on the reshuffle, which is certainly worth trying for. If not, we'll probably play the minion for attack. So you can put like actions on horse traders is a reasonable thing. Though again, it doesn't, I mean, it is a thing you probably will end up doing, but it's not that amazing. Really, the buildup is not that great here. You can put, because what you actually want is to put literally all your tokens on minion. But you can't do that, so. Okay, we didn't find the stuff yet. Could still be on top. I don't, did I get a second guide? I just want to, if I attack here, I want there to be some purpose to it. Since I'm probably not, well, I'm definitely not hitting 4 if I do it. So the other guide, I guess, was bottom decked. So that was not great. The only question here is whether we actually want to get rid of the disciple, which I'm not sure that we do. I'm gonna go with no. I'm really not quite as thin as I ought to be. Guides are pretty sad teacher targets. But they're quite good here. It would have been nice to play the peasant and buy a minion if I had known that. If I had known I was going to whiff on that stuff. Teacher just does not inspire me. His thinness inspires me. But teacher does not inspire me. Not especially anyway. Though getting it down, you know, way before me may be good enough to beat me. Do I have 2 guys on the mat? No, just 1. Obviously I'm calling guide here. It could be sad. It could be okay. Could have the 2 disciples together, which would be the sad outcome. Right. So now I have to do the thing that I didn't want to do. But that's okay. That's fortunate. Do I want to discard here? Or do I just want to buy a minion? I'll probably move the disciple. Well, I'll think about moving the disciple once the surprised he called teacher first. You might, if he plans on guiding, you kind of want to see what the 5 cards look like. If he's not guiding, then it doesn't matter. Of course. I just don't. I'm not sure what the payoff is to getting the action card on minion other than soldier potentially. That's about it. Which is fine. There's not like great payload here anyway. But he doesn't attack me, I will upgrade the horse traders. I have to imagine he's going to attack me though. Oh, I guess I can prevent it. Yeah, I'll prevent it. He doesn't have any disciples. He does have one fugitive, I guess. Or is that mine? I'm just gonna try and be the guy with 7 of the minions. That's pretty much it. This should be a relatively good turn for me. I'm not gonna call guide. This is pretty sad that I found the minions first. I didn't necessarily have a way of avoiding that, but do I have? I don't have 4. This is really quite sad, actually. So I don't. There's like 2 disciples sitting down here in the bottom. This is pretty bad. Jeez, and I didn't find a. Should have just bought a minion again, I guess. He still doesn't have a disciple, which is nice. What did he buy on his turn? A silver. Okay. Just would want to disciple some minions is all. It's all I ever wanted. I mean, this is just proper punishment for not being thin, of course. So it's not especially surprising or anything. Hopefully I can get the rest of the minions this turn, which would give me an 8-2 split, I believe. Though I maybe shouldn't talk so optimistically about it because I haven't really had much luck yet so far in that department. Now we're in business though. So we'll definitely get the rest of them this turn, I think. I think it would be hard to whiff on that front here. And we're clean. We don't have a soldier, but that's fine. He's just resigning. It did look pretty good with the 8-2 minion split. I don't like getting rid of disciple there. But I don't know. He never waits until I change the order before getting ready. Which I guess I just don't do it fast enough. Oh, here's Puka. I'm really, really bad with Puka. I'm really quite bad with Puka. This is probably build until you're Build until build, just build. Well, you know, within reason. Probably with crypts, you can. I think you can play with the fountain. So obviously there's trashing here. But there's something to be said for being the person who can get 15 fountain. The other thing you can do is wait to add the coppers in later. That's not out of the question. But otherwise, it's not obvious to me how you, the order of things to do. Like fountain can make up for a 3-5 province split, but maybe not by itself, but the duchy. But I would probably need to play with crypt. I'm doing the silly thing of considering a city quarter treasure deck, which I have tried in the past with a little success. Man, it's hard to think that the trashing's not going to be worth it. So he's got the bad split. Of course, you can trash the coppers, like I said, and buy them back later if you just trash a few. Where a few is like a couple or something. Otherwise, you need stables and crypt. I'm not going to hit 5 here, though I should my next turn. Or I likely will my next turn. What I'm about to do is just nonsense, I think. Like your bonfire, you're just going to build up so much quicker. Okay. So I could take herbalist now. Herbalist. Oh no. This is not great. I'm playing something that's not good. I need to take a stables for sure. He might take city. Well, he's not going to be able to play with city quarter. Play Caravan Guard first in case we find the Cursed Gold. Then we're going to start. I can't decide if I want to. We didn't find the Cursed Gold, so this is still fine. At some point we do have to add in a city quarter And then buy either in the form of council room or herbalist. He takes 2 city quarters at once, which is... Oh, no, he doesn't. I was just reading that debt log wrong. Hopefully reasonably good city quarter find, I guess. Pretty good crypt by and large. I'm gonna need another crypt. I think. You get to council room, which seems fine to me. I need to buy gold and then crowns. Whatever I'm doing is just stupid, for sure, but it might be okay. Well, we didn't find the cursed gold thingy. That is quite the city quarter draw, considering the lack of trashing, general lack of trashing, but that's okay. I'll need to get a city quarter this turn. I don't know the statuses of these crypts. I think one of the crypts maybe just has one thing left in it. I was imagining having more money by now, for sure. But That's mostly my stupidity, I think. I like those buys. So this crypt comes off next time. Nine's not perfect. Do I want to top deck anything? I'm getting 2 treasures off the... Ooh, no stables though. Well, he might draw me into one, but... I need more stables, that's for sure. Or city quarters, one of those two. Something, you know, something non-terminal that... I gotta get 4 coppers before we're in business. Thank you, council room. You might want a gold. Well, he doesn't really have the buys yet for that kind of building. So the other crypt will come off the mat this time. But I might want to add a third one. This is so silly trying to play around Bonfire. I could have just played with Bonfire and have a good deck by now. Definitely I need a city quarter. I've been saying that, but it's still true. So maybe gold city quarter for me if I get the draw for it. I like his gold there. I like the stables fine too. Yeah, 2 stables in this next hand. I can wait on that. For sure. May go crown city quarter. When did I draw that? Did I have that cursed gold in hand the whole time? And I just didn't stables it because I'm stupid? That's so dumb. Alright, so if I lose by 1 debt, then... Because I should have a copper. I should have an additional copper in hand, but... That was silly. Of course it was silly, but... It might matter, too, I mean... Oh well. Pretty dumb, pretty stupid, pretty dumb. So I'm putting a crypt back in the deck. This is pretty nice. I wonder if he'll just go for provinces already. You can't hardly count on drawing every turn, but not if you just green right away. But he could empty the stables or double city quarter or something. I'll definitely play the council room this turn if I find it. I don't really think I have any particular advantage over him here right now, other than like he might just screw up in green too soon. That's about the only thing that I can think might go my way. I will draw a deck here though, so I don't have to play the council room, which is nice. I'm not sure how much of all this stuff to keep out. I guess. So I do wish that I had I do wish I had not botched up the debt stuff there, but so I could go gold crown. The other crypt is probably coming off relatively soon. Of course, hunting grounds are fine too. We gotta start ratcheting up the money here a little bit. Obviously, it's nice to set a crown aside, potentially. Like if you're going to set aside any of these three, you would set aside a crown here. I kind of want to keep the bigger treasures in for now. Maybe one silver out. So I got 2 on the mat, I guess. Can top deck a crown. That could backfire. I think since I'm gonna set one in hand, I won't, but he is drawing through this time. It certainly wouldn't be impossible for him to dud, but he's not going to. And he's going to be able to draw up the rest with the city corner really easily. I mean, I hope he has a dud eventually, but obviously he's doing well on the stables. and the crowns and stuff. And then he has this nice trick where he finishes with the city quarters that reveal crowns, basically. My city quarter will already be for 3, which might be enough to just go with it. And his crowns plays golds and silvers. So, I mean, it seems like he's playing a deck that could dud, though it's not necessarily that likely to. Obviously, it would help me out a lot if there was an attack, but there is not. Hunting grounds, of course, is an option for bonfire stuff. So like I said here, I'm not certain that this is right. I probably am botching this up. But all right, so the city quarter actually grew quite a bit by doing it that way. So that should be good. Again, I probably don't need to play the council room to draw through, and so I think I'm going to hold off on that. So what does coming back look like here? It definitely involves some city quarters and some hunting grounds. Probably additional herbalists. Here I think I will top deck a crown, although potentially very sad, and in fact more than just potentially, it just is very sad. Unless he rescues me, which I guess I have a number of outs, but he looks like he's gonna make it okay. Which is really unfortunate. Probably needed another herbalist on that turn. I'm gonna definitely have to get fountain ready. Yeah, I'm sure he'll make it through there. Be easy. So he's gonna draw. I did not get rescued. I will still have a relatively good buying turn actually, so it's not the worst thing ever. But it's not great since I assume he'll be able to double province here or something. I mean, I'm really banking on him having some duds at some point, or otherwise I'm just lost. I can score a lot at the end, but not everything. There's also going to be some... There's not really 3-pile issue. That's not really a problem. So the question is whether I need to, or whether I ought to, I guess. Okay, so one of the crypts comes off now. Whether I can use 3 buys. I'm going to have quite a bit of money. I think I can use 3 buys. So one of them will just go into debt anyway. Should I put a crown on top? I'm going to, though. This time I think it'll be okay. Yours is, you know, he gets to start each turn with stables, because that's how that works. So he'll draw through here easy with the mountain of city quarters. I will probably draw through. It's going to be tough. Going to be really tough. The only good thing to me is that he never increases number of buys, so he just does this every turn, which is a good play, but okay. So this should work all right. I wonder, I still don't know. There's going to be some point where it's just not worth it to or I don't know if I can actually make use of the council room, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I know there are stables left. I guess I don't know if I should play the hunting grounds or not. I gotta draw through a lot of cards still, though, for sure. I have another city quarter or two. I would rather crown some sort of action, but I would have liked to, I guess, crown the whatever they're called. So I'm not sure about the caravan guards, to be honest. So I can crown 1 herbalist and get to 4 buys. That's probably going to be useful. I guess it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to wait off on the caravans. Well, it might. The money may not matter at all. So I didn't play any of those at all. I will just play it. So we need 3 more. I can't tell how many of those there are under here. I don't know what I'm doing with that, but I assume I'm setting them all aside. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm clicking on the coppers, but there's buttons in front of them, so I can't actually tell what I'm doing as far as that goes. I'll set 1 crown aside. Could set 2 crowns aside, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with don't top deck, though I don't really know if that's right. There's his stables. I mean, he has 5 stables. It's not that weird, but he has a lot of city corners. It is still a little sad, but I needed him to dud at least once. Assume he'll double province, so that'll put him at 44. Which leaves me, how many points are left? 21, 15, 6, 21, plus 21. So I can still catch him, right? It doesn't actually work, but still can't afford to play the thing, of course. The counts are, I mean, maybe I have to just for the buy. We may be at that point. I can't do everything this turn, right? I can't. I have to take a whole bunch of duchies this turn. I can get 5 buys. Can I take 5 duchies? I guess probably. Close to it anyway. 4 duchies would probably be fine. Oh, I guess I only need 4 duchies. Well, what is how many points do I have to score? 15 plus 21 plus 20. That's more. I don't need all the duchies. I only need 6 of them. So 6 of them cost me $3, or 6. Yeah, 3 of them I can get for cheaper. But 3 of them are full price. So 15 plus 9 is 20. I don't have $30, do I? Well, I can draw up with the city quarters anyways, because that doesn't matter. How much money do I have? 6, 12, 14, 16. If these are all doubled, 18, 20. That doesn't quite cut it. I need 5. I need way more buys than that as well, right? I need another turn. That's basically what we're saying. So don't play council room. Crown Council Room copper, is that, or just Crown Council Room, or 2 coppers, or 1 more duchy, 1 more crown. I gotta get the buys. I mean, I've got to get the copper buys next turn as well. So what did I say? I said I didn't need more than 3 duchies. So I should wait on those. It really should just be more hunting grounds maybe, but oh, I don't know. Do I top deck a crown? I mean, I can top deck 2 of them, and then if I have any of the terminal draw, it works, right? Maybe it is. I wonder. Oh, I can't do it now. I did not mean to do it that way, but. That's too bad. I would have had it on my turn if he'd have done it, I think. He got kind of close, but didn't quite get there. I don't think I built quite. I mean, I know I didn't build it reasonably. I don't like the way he greened at all. I mean, you can just build more. I don't even think if he had taken a duchy it would have been enough. Though that would have been a little harder to finish. Oh well. Doesn't matter. So, this board. There's only villages Sana. No alt VP. No attacks, really. Well, rogue's an attack. I guess you could try and do junk dealer before Sana, and then I don't know, try and windfall. Does that lose to a minion stack? I mean, you could play with minions as well, of course. I guess I would only consider going silver over Sana silver here, but I think silver is about, or Sana silver is reasonable. Oh, it asked because of conquest. I was wondering why it asked about the changeling, but it's because of conquest. So he got a pretty bad draw. To get the 2. I guess his silver misses. You can also just do like Avanto windfall stuff is totally reasonable as well. Man, that sucks that my silver misses here. That's going to hurt a lot, actually. So you still have 5 for Avanto. Yeah, that's not great. That's also really bad. These draws, not going to work out. I'm sure I'll be able to get Avanto next turn, but very sad. So he'll be clean after this turn and get 2 Avantos as well. Maybe. Well, I don't know if he drews changeling or not, but I may only end up with one of the Avantos. If that last card's changeling, probably. Oh well. What can you do? I mean, this hand's got to have enough to buy a... Yeah, so I'm going to get 1 Avanto. It's not the end of the world, except that he's thin as well. So in that sense, it is the end of the world. 4 Avantos, 3 Saunas. I should have won that last game. I probably will play with minions, given that situation. I'm just gonna whiff here. He can probably windfall or whatever he wants. Windfall's got to be pretty safe, and just buy provinces should work here. I think this board, it probably works. It works against my deck. He can build up if he wants. He probably ought to, since he's got the components to do it. There's no real reason for him not to build up. At least a little bit. He can get forums and either Sacred Groves or Wine Merchants, whatever he wants. Since he can play 3 terminals, he can actually do a reasonably good deck. He doesn't want to put too much in there because the Sana and Vanta can be a little fragile, but just use the undo thing. Yeah, I think Wine Merchant's fine. That's such... It's so bad. Hopefully I can get some changeling or some minions eventually, but this one is fully resignable, but I'll play it out in case he does something really weird. Because he kind of did in the last game. But here I imagine he'll make it through just fine. Unless my minion is exceptionally lucky. Okay. Which I guess it could be. It would be surprising, but... You could even province Windfall, I guess, or Windfall province. He'll have a lot of good stuff in his deck. I should be able to get at least a couple minions here, maybe 3 or 4. I have like 1,000,000 changelings. I don't know how much money I have. Left in the deck, but if it's like anything, I guess I could have. Maybe I want one wine merchant. I don't know if it'll be that good, but so presumably he'll like double province here and forever. He might want some forums. That would really boost his consistency. That would make him pretty much uncatchable. I mean, he is uncatchable, but that I think would probably be advantageous versus just straight greening. He's got to have like 18, 20 more dollars in hand still, right? So he can afford to even buy a couple of forums every single turn while double provincing. I think he can exactly afford that if I remember his money right. If it's 1 silver and 6 golds. So that should be pretty much unbeatable. Do double forum, double province. He's not gonna dud. To me, it's easy double forum, but you could do forum and some other 5, I guess. You could do a grave robber if you're feeling really, really greedy. Oh gosh, my back really hurts. So he does 1 forum. I mean, like 1 grave robber is fine. He probably let him in the game a little faster, but certainly double forum is good too. Well, that didn't work. 5 got a pretty horrible deck. I'll just follow him. Did he dud? No, he didn't dud. Alright. Not that he could have. I had in the middle there the shuffles did not go my way. I maybe did some bad buys, I'm not sure. I would be surprised if there weren't. I wouldn't be surprised if there were some bad buys in there, but I didn't necessarily. I don't recall anything specific. Wow, we got a lot of heirlooms this time. So I have the sad, or in theory the sad puka, although it's not really all that sad. What can you do here? You can trader. Tracker doesn't give buy though. I always think tracker gives buy, but it does not. So there's no buy here. There is a lot of extra BP in distant lands, and there is some, well, there's certainly, oh, there is buy, there's pouch, great, okay. So, in that case, what to do? I kind of don't hate Puka on this turn, and Tracker on the next one. You can also just open trader. And then you can play your curse gold, I guess, if you're willing to take silvers. I don't actually know if this is any. I don't actually know if it makes any sense to do it in this order rather than to like get a 4. Like you could do trader Puka as your opening as well. I just don't know. He opens with Smithy, which seems totally reasonable to me. This is a pretty bad hand. I need to get ports. I would have liked to have a port, of course. This is fine. Not really, but he may be able to do a nice, decent cemetery here. If someone wants to tell me that the top boon is whatever one gives actions, I'll play the tracker. I guess I'm gonna draw the pouch. Pouch estate and 2 coppers. He does cemetery. I do get VP there, which is fine. Nope, it wasn't. He may be able to top deck ports here. pretty likely since he did the thing. I will most likely get an arena out of this. I really need a trader. I guess I could cemetery now. It'll just be trash too, but that would be okay. That was a really nice sequence for him to hit the port. Well, he top decked, but to find the tracker again was a nice sequence for him. Yeah, actually the cemetery buy would just be trash 1. Though potentially that's better than what I'm gonna do, which I think is buy a moat. I'm gonna lose if he finds Port Smithy. I mean, I may have already lost by him finding Port Smithy again. I guess that was tracker stuff, so that's not weird. That's a really nice tracker. That probably, he'll be able to top deck Smithy again and do buy ports. That'll probably seal it up for him. He could cemetery, I guess, if he wanted to get clean. I'm going to need to buy a trader. I'm going to need trader to kind of get back into this, I think. My deck is so fat still. But I'm pretty well lost, so this one looks like it's going to end 3-3, which is unfortunate after I opened with 3 wins, but hey, at least I got the 3 wins, so not at all optimistic of this one going through. I'm sure he falls with a port buy here. I'm kind of surprised he was willing to take those, but I guess if you're drawn, then you're drawn. That'll help a little bit. I do have more ports, right? So, but I also have the pukas and stuff already in there, and the moats. Does look pretty lost. This should be deck drawing for him. And probably cemetery stuff. If I find puka, this turn looks less sad. If I don't find puka, this turn looks pretty untenable. It's a long match. First game, well, a lot of the games took a long time because I was playing for long wins. 2 of them at least. I really was at the margin of just 1 turn from him. If his deck had just, I'm still thinking about this third or the 4th game. If his deck had just missed on 1 turn, I think I probably could have squeaked it out. Certainly on the last turn, but of course I had good enough draws to not really dud. I mean, I had one sort of turn, but it wasn't that deady in the sense that I still made buys I wanted. So it wasn't really bad. Okay, so he's, I guess, trashing a few curses and probably the last estate and stuff here. I'm surprised he didn't have arena points there. That's kind of shocking. So, okay, so now I need to think about whether I would like a ghost. I mean, probably, right? It's probably pretty good. It's probably all right anyway. Okay, so I didn't find the tracker. So I'm still looking mostly sad here. I can do a reasonably good cemetery, although yeah, that's probably the thing to do here. A lot of ports left. Oh good, he just has tracker, that's nice. He might take the gold here. If I can get a trader, I feel okay about my chances anyway. I don't feel that bad about them. Not that great, but not that bad. I mean, he has like a lot of stuff, but so there are some boons that could help me here, so I was gonna play that first though. None of them actually did help me. I hope I find the moat. Like, the puka could actually be problematic. I guess I can top deck a smithy, though I feel like I really need to get a trader. Port is of course fine. Moat would have been best, but port is fine. Hopefully we find a copper. So we did split the ports. Yeah, I don't know. I feel okay about this currently. I don't feel great, but I feel reasonably okay. Maybe double smithy for me if I can get that much money. There'll be a point where I have to question, or I'll have to figure out. Some of this trader play is going to be non-trivial between tracker and also curse gold. I guess the question is whether I want to keep the curse gold around, knowing that I can just turn coppers or curses into silvers, or whether most turns I'm going to be playing the trader for its action, in which case the reaction isn't quite so important. See, he gets a ghost here. He may draw it. Oh, okay. So he's going there. Is he going to take a distant lands with the smithy? No, he gets a trader. Okay, that's reasonable, I think. So I gotta figure out there's still more ports in here, so we can do a little bit of drawing anyway. Can get to 8. Well, I don't know what my last card is. It's copper, so we can get to 9. That's fine, and potentially a little bit more. We're not going to lose the pouch. Probably don't need to lose the cemetery. So we could get to 13. Just a question of whether that's worth it. I'm going to say no. So we can play 7 terminals. Okay, this is a good start. I could have bought a copper, I guess, for Puka, but that's probably a little silly. Should be able to ghost a Smithy this turn. Well, no guarantees. I might be able to ghost a Smithy this turn, which I will do if I have that chance. The ghost turns are going to be a lot better than the non-ghost turns for sure. Wonder if he's gonna trash the cemetery or the other thing, whatever the other thing is. I wonder that he didn't. Oh, okay, so I guess he wasn't gonna draw those. He could have drawn them up. Maybe he didn't need to, but he could have drawn them up. Well, whatever. He got a Puka. It's interesting. So he's confident. He wants to ghost a Puka. I guess not. That would be a little strange, I think. Though he has a chance of ghosting the distant lands, I think. He can either guarantee ghost Puka or has a chance. I don't think the port's the top card. Maybe it is. How far back does he want to go? I mean, I don't really care. I just am kind of curious what he's doing. It's not like you want to top deck the distant lands at all. Not particularly, anyway. Your Puka potentially could whiff. I mean, it's not that likely, but it might be forced on pouch or something. Well, it's never forced. It's always you may. But... So... I'm not really certain what he is doing. I'm about all tuckered out of this one. I'm not, because it's not that, we're not, I'm in this game, but I'm almost bored enough to resign. Not because of his play, but just a long match, and this is going to take a long time to play out anyway, because we're going to end up maneuvering around 3 piles, and, well, maybe not, but maneuvering around the ending for sure, and all this top decking stuff. So I'm not quite certain. I will tell you one thing. Some people argue that the undo makes people play faster, and I think that is a load of baloney. People generally still play slow. They just also go back and redo some of the stuff they do slowly. Everybody. I'm not. This makes, when I'm saying this, the timing of this makes it seem like I'm ragging on Sicomatic, but I am including myself in that. Because I don't really know. Oh, never mind. There's a more reasonable explanation, which is that Psycho lost connection. Oh gosh. So I take everything I said about the undos back. No, I don't. I don't take it back. Wait. That means I don't know what it means. Alright, he's back. Good deal. I'm just full of nonsense as usual. NP, as the kids say. I don't know what he's going to undo for, though. Did he really want it? So he really did want to top deck the distant lands. That is super weird to me. He just didn't want a Puka. That makes a little more sense. In my mind, at least. So we're getting some draw here, moving along, having a grand old time. Isn't there a smithy in here? Or did I imagine that? Oh, there it is, right? Yeah. No, I did imagine it. Okay. What do I got here on the money front? I just need 9. I don't quite have that, so I'm gonna have to play the cemetery, I guess. Well, I could trash the thing and then see. if I draw it with the tracker. I'll take a will-o-wisp. Sure, why not? There's like one card it can draw, but... Well, I had a curse in here. There'll be another one. So... I guess I'll top... I still don't think I want to top deck it. He will probably get the arena split, which might end up being important. Well, he'll definitely get the arena split. I mean, he'll have an excess action card to discard here for sure. I probably could have stopped at one point with my port playing, held one back in hand. I wasn't paying real close attention to what I did. Oh no, I had to get that ghost, so no, I don't think that's true. Sea's Gift doesn't do anything for him. You know, Sea's Gift used to have a buy on it. Then it would have certainly done something for him. So we're gonna fight over these distant lands, I suppose. Yeah, he's still got a port left in hand. Probably a smithy too. No, I just have 3 smithies. So this could not work. May not work out so well for me. It's gonna come down to who puts villages with smithies. I mean, oh, he has 5 smithies. Golly, that's a lot. Going for the provinces, that's interesting. I'm not certain I would do that, but so the arena is all done. I guess I might as well play the tracker earlier and see if we can get some benefit from it. Nope. Although it would have let me... No, it wouldn't have. I take it back. So, probably want to do this number. I don't know how to play this rest of this game out. That's for certain. If only I could top deck it. I kind of like taking the distant lands. I mean, he's gonna draw through more than me. I mean, as I said, it's gonna come down to port draw, whether you start your hand with it, and this far at least we both did. So he'll probably be okay. The hard part's gonna be well, I guess he stopped. That's useful for me, I suppose. Hopefully he didn't get to his ghost. He probably did, but I hope he didn't. Would be amazing if he didn't. I kind of expect him to double distant lands there. I would, anyway. So, okay, he didn't have the ghosts. That's really great. So I'll be able to province Smithy here. Well, I don't know that I'll be able to do that, but I hope to be able to province Smithy here. And so far it looks pretty good for it. I would have like screamed if the Will-O-Wisp had drawn. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the last card's a port. I'm not going to be able to play both distant lands now. Which is unfortunate since I bottom decked port. I don't even know if I can actually safely take the Smithy. Isn't that just losing? I can't take a Smithy. I could take a Puka. Or a moat. I could put a moat on top and double it. But Smithy doesn't work because that's just losing right away. I mean, it still may be losing right away to just have... Well, I could banquet. That's dumb. I don't know why I'm saying that. I guess the question is whether it's worth it to put the Pook on. I don't think so. Smithy won't work. I mean, he may be able to end it on his turn anyway with the Smithy. So the question is whether it's worth it to put the moat on top. Probably. There's also a question of whether it's just better to hope he doesn't draw through on his turn and hope he doesn't draw through on his turn and just take the Smithy. But I don't really feel good trying that. And in fact, it would have been potentially disastrous. I'll be pretty sad if the tracker gives him the win. Does he have all his distant land? No, not yet. He must have the ghost in hand now. I wonder if he didn't find pouch. That'll help me a little bit. I'm pretty likely to get to double province on my turn. At least there's a shot of it anyway. Hopefully his ghost hits a port or a trader. Wow, that's even better. Okay. So I may, because trader's mandatory, right? Yeah. That may rescue me, actually. Look at that Will-O-Wisp. I don't have to play the Puka. Do I have 16 yet in hand? 8, 4, or sorry, 12, 4. I do have it in hand already. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are 2 ports on top, right? So I don't want to I just want a double province here. I believe. Oh, an excellent whatever too. Boon. So I believe I have 2 ports. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's got to be ports. This was like a perfect draw for me. And his turn got kind of eaten up a little bit. He's got to have his pouch in hand now. So hopefully he doesn't draw much more, but I keep thinking tracker gives bot. I always get it mixed up, the vanilla things with druid. I hope I don't blow it by miscounting something later on for that. I did miscount on the last turn, though it didn't matter, but obviously quite lucky for me, his hits on this last turn. We'll see if I mean, I probably won't draw deck, but I hope he's holding 4 smithies in hand. Oh no, we hit 3 hours. Well, we didn't start at noon exactly, but we're like 5 or 10 minutes shy of 3 hours. Oh, I hope his internet didn't blow up again. Probably not. Puka can trash silver and we'll still have enough money to double province. I was overdrawing a little bit, but you just draw so much more on the ghost turn, so I don't think that's necessarily an indication that I can draw through on this turn. Though I did get rid of with distant lands at least. But yeah, the deck size increased by like 3 cards, and the ghost comes back in, and then the distant lands too. So is he just gonna double Dutchy? He may just double Dutchy. Puka, huh? He's got to get 1 Dutchy, right? He's putting 2 Pukas on top, so he's like confident he's got ports on top. But he didn't score any, so he's like really betting on the well, it looks like I'm going to make the double province. I guess I've already made the double province. So I got trader left as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get wisp left. There may be a tracker that can help me. But I probably ought to take the wisp first. How much money do I have here? Oh, that will help me, won't it? I don't actually know if it quite does, but it might let me talk, or it might let me ghost I think it gives me 18. Yeah, so it does let me ghost a moat. So he can get 4 off the distant lands, but then you would need double duchy too. So he would need quite some draw still. I don't know if maybe an Earth's Gift for a cemetery is enough, or like a curse trash. It doesn't matter. We're gonna be good here, I think. It's not guaranteed, of course, but now it's all but guaranteed. In fact, it is now. So I did not expect to win that one, although in the middle we were in okay position. Alright, well, that was a long one. I'm super tired, but thank you all for watching. And hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to play more matches later, of course, as usual. See ya.